And here we go. So I'm not sure what Uncle, the language he's speaking today, but I'm not familiar with it. I assume that's French. So we did have a map check. I did not manage to catch what it was, unfortunately. So there you can see we got our standard assured sword. This might be a little bit of a blast from the past for some of you, because Open's been around for quite a while.
And we got 20 rupees in the chest.
Not the most exciting thing, but you start with boots in this mode, so I don't think you really care what you get early. This can be a very quick escape. Just dashing all over the place. Ooh, we find the power glove in the first chest in escape. That's interesting. Let's see what this is. Just a key. And still no bomb drops. Oh, there's one. Samurai Tron getting a little bit lucky. That is key for the back of escape, which we'll see in a little bit. And JZ getting a little bit bullied by the ball and chain guard.
Use the pot for that, and I got bombs.
Yeah, that's always a nice thing to see. You never want to see somebody get a lucky bomb drop and then everybody else miss these amazing items in the back of escape.
Right.
Zelda sure keeps pace, even though Link has these magic boots that make him run really fast. Zelda is no slouch either. All right, well, we got a minute, so let's talk about some of the differences that this particular mode has. It's like normal rando, except the logic is a little bit different, and some of the rules have changed. Normally, in your standard Europe and Siege, you can't do some of these major glitches like boots clipping, mirror clipping, stuff like that. And normally the logic will never require you to do any glitches to begin with. It'll assume you can just casually play through the game and clear that way. In this mode, some of those minor glitches, such as fake flippers, your super bunnies and such, might actually be required.
And it looked like JC just picked up a map in that in the escape.
Yeah. Yeah, I forgot that they started with boots, so you actually don't need a bomb for this room. You can just bonk on the walls, as you can see. They're those nice and round holes. Just bonk into them, so that will never be an issue in this mode.
We got a heart, more bombs, and rupee, and 20 more rupees. And Jay-Z's side.
Jay-Z, first one out of escape. 5 minutes, 30 seconds. Yeah, and I'm saying just $50, like robbing the poor man with his money. Just a $5 pickup at the Bonkerox. Alright, we'll see what's in Lumberjack Cave.
People had some potion, some magic in it.
Ooh, that looks like flippers to me. So, flippers in this mode. Okay, here we have Jay-Z performing one of these tricky little boots clips, as you can see. So I'll just let that soak in. Okay, we have Tower of Hera, it looked like the red crystal, and the other two seemed like crystals. So what he did there was he clipped through the wall and transitioned to the right, and this put him up on Death Mountain. And as you can see now, he's in Hera.
Or access to Hera. Let's
Yeah.
for them. They got what the tower's in stored for them.
Ooh, number play finding the book and the hammer. And Blind's Hut, and a bee in a bottle.
And Jay-Z took a death up there in the Tower of Hera.
Yeah, I believe that was intentional, just to get him back to the entrance faster, refill his health. Okay, and as you can see, he's gonna clip through this wall here and jump up here and get this bottle. What a cheater! But no, that's all kosher in this mode.
Yes.
Mirror. The mirror also enables some of these more minor glitches that we'll see later, maybe. So the reason why Samurai Prawn, if you notice, JC did the same thing. He was kind of like jumping into the water there. I believe when you're on the clouds, I don't know. It's set up a weird way. So what you want to do is you want to jump into the water, quote unquote, and then land onto the actual land. Link to the Past is a very interesting game.
The number playing Kakariko Village down there goes and gets just 10 hours from the Cuckoo House.
It should be noted, JC doing the old man. Ooh, and here we have the Death Mountain Descent. This is another glitch where you clip through the boundaries and transition down into a map you're not supposed to be. And he's using this to get to this graveyard ledge item without the mirror in Dark World Access, which is pretty neat. This is one of the very interesting things about this mode, is all the strange routes that open up that you would normally never see in a glitchless randomizer.
And number play going to check out the race. What we got down there, and just a piece, and it's a heart, full heart container.
He's also going to clip here in the wall, and I assume head down. Oh no. Yeah, that's one of the weird things about this clip glitch, is depending on where you are when you release your sword, it can shoot you a number of different ways, and it all depends on your position. So there we go.
And Jay-Z just pulled a hula hand glitch. 250.
It's a nice little bit of cash. So as you can see, Chuck's Human doing the same thing, doing this to get to the desert area faster. And this, if you didn't have the book or any other normal access, this would also give you access to the Desert Palace.
Jay-Z checking out
Draining this Lake Hylia. Gonna see what's down there.
Yeah. Alright, full hearts, sorry. Here's the
Red ring,
bottom
chasing
of
out
the lake.
to grab it.
₹50.
Cucumber in chat. Never watched ALTTP with glitches besides the pick flippers. I am generally confused. Well,
Okay.
that's understandable.
Boomerang. The red boomerang.
Yep.
And Samurai also doing 250 rupees.
Find these silver arrows in the mini Mulderm cave. That's the best thing there, but you know, silvers they're a good item. They're a very good item. Oh, here we go. Checks Human doing another clip to check the Bombos tablet. He does have the book, so that's good information.
And just an hour upgrade over an ice cave.
Yeah. Bombos tablet ended up being appropriately 3 bombs, so. Jay-Z doing another clip into the wall here. This also brings him to the desert area. Well, Jay-Z, unfortunately, I believe this is not intentional. I believe this infinite scrolling is not, yeah. I believe you just hard reset. It's one of the dangers when you play with glitches.
And number play making his ascent up Death Mountain in the dark. Looks like he's doing it in the dark too.
Interesting to note, the dark rooms, despite this being overworld glitches, that's not required. It will never require you to do dark rooms in this mode, as far as I am aware.
Just a heart on top of the in the library.
So that does set Jay-Z back a little bit. That's very unfortunate. He's not even sure how far behind he is now because he's checking the Bonk Rush just to make sure he got that. So that is rough. But he does have the information of the things he did check, so maybe not as bad of a setback as you might think. So Micron checking the Lake Hylia item, just a piece of heart. Nice little vanilla item.
And Chuck's picking up the Chuck's picked up a medallion down there.
Did they? You know, this is just crazy. I know Fake Flippers, Cool Hand Room, Super Bunny, even Hover. And now I feel like I know nothing at all. Well, most of these glitches aren't allowed in normal rando, so don't feel too lost.
Right. Yeah, I'm with you in this. I'm with you in the same boat as well with that.
Jay-Z coming up here, the Death Mountain Ascent glitch. A very weird one where the screen is actually offset, so what you see on the map is not actually what's reflecting what's going on as far as the game state goes.
And then Chex just picked up his magic boomerang.
Okay, it appears to have been the Bombos medallion. That's a very good one. And the play is going to be doing the Death Mountain descent, I think? Oh no, this is just getting over here to the east side of Death Mountain without the hook shot. I think you could have gone over here. Go ahead.
Checking out Hype Cave.
Yes, this is the real Hype Cave. There's Ether. I believe you could have gotten over here anyway, but this is probably much faster than the way you would be intended to do it.
Sub Ether and another 5 rupees on that.
Oh, Samurai Prawn, no. Oh, wait, no. Nope, he out. Okay. Alright. I'm not actually sure where he is right now.
Bit of Death Mountain, looks like.
Yeah, okay. Alright.
Got the...
Just take a look at Check's
Easy.
human screen. Oh, it was a little bit messed up there for a while. It's all good now.
He's going over to... I can never get his name right.
Sahashila
Yeah.
finds the lamp and the Master Sword. So now those flippers are obtainable. I don't know if we will be obtaining them or not. I assume not.
At the Zigzag Cave.
Check's human doing another one of these clips to get up here near the Zora area. So it's just really
a piece of heart.
Yeah, unfortunately. It's just one of the very interesting things about this mode is all the shortcuts you can do that are normally just not possible. Opting to pick up a blue potion. Samurai Prawn coming over here, clipping through the wall to get their blue potion. I believe that's their second one. Yeah, they're performing a spin dash glitch to when you spin dash and you move diagonally into a certain area, it will push you through.
Jay-Z just picked up his
Check's trying to do this fake flipper glitch from the top of the wall. Gets it. It's the Moon Pearl, of course. We saw that before from the hobo.
Yes. Guess that opens up Dark World access for them, I guess, right?
It certainly does. Unfortunately, that means the moon pearl, you know, wasn't in one of these really odd locations it could have been, but hey. Green pendant in Thieves Town.
Yes. And Samurai picking up his Master Sword as well.
Jazing checks both here in the Zora waterfall area. You're utilizing that that clip to scroll the overall down, and then just put you right in there. It's really nice. And we have checks checking the Zora area. $300 on the ledge. That's perfect for him. So I guess I'll take that, please. Yep. Takes a bit of a detour, but it is $300. Is this seed logically assuming the overworld glitches, or is it just registered with owners can use them regardless? The logic will take into account overworld clipping, some of the mirror clips, and some of the minor glitches in the logic, I believe. Here we have checks doing the Death Mountain Sin again. The greenest Death Mountain you'll ever see. Samurai Prom using the delete block glitch in the Thieves Hut.
And Hammer from and just a single rupee in the cave there on Jay-Z's side.
Yeah, unfortunately. Ooh, Zora coughing up the shovel. Yep, number Clay going to go dig that up right away, it looks like. Oh no, they're actually going to go to Dark World. That makes sense. This makes more sense. They'll be heading over there shortly, I would assume, though.
Going to Dark World, using the portal in the swamp.
Looks like our last pendant was Pod, and I believe 5-6 was Swamp and Mire. If I saw that correctly.
It was Swamp and Mire from the map there.
Very interesting. So it's worth noting, Float is not actually required for Mire in this mode. So that could be... Ooh. I believe number play just learned Ice Beam.
And Jay-Z picking up his mirror.
Yep, that was the Ice Rod and Hype Cave, so that's pretty neat. Very good attack on Squirtle.
Checks going to the left side of Terra basement.
Squirtle used dig. It was not very effective. Just an air upgrade at the dig spot, unfortunately.
I never play going over to the dig game over in
Too
Dark
poor.
World.
Need more money, sir. Just digging for it.
Yes.
JC coming back here to the desert area. I say back to, oh yeah, they came here once before, I believe, and had that unfortunate screen scroll.
The infinite loop.
The infinite treadmill. We have Samurai Prawn coming up here at Tootland Mola.
That was a fun fight.
Let's hope they feel similarly with just the hammer and the fighter sword. Play some whack-a-mole. Ooh, Check's trying
Trying
to
to do the bomb jump, picks up the map.
You had to be
Just
careful
there.
there. That little sprite there wanted to snipe him. We have number plate doing another, or attempting to do another clip into the wall here.
Check dorm.
Coming up and control him for checks. Should be an easy fight. Got your Master Sword, just 3 spins.
And he goes.
So I think Hera was a complete bust, unless pedestals required. This is a really tricky clip here on number play. Having a little bit of trouble, but there we go. And this does allow him to come to the very glitchy mire area. And this could be required by the logic. He will get his bombos here, as we saw.
Down into the cave. Remember play going into that room. Oh,
And this would be the Mire Shed. Does not check the medallion.
hearts there. Piece of heart and a full heart. Going to the hype cave.
Looks like Number Play wants to head into the Dark World over here. Might be checking pedestal as well, since they're in the area. May opt to do that when they go to Skull Woods, or may not do it at all. Who knows? Let's find out together. Okay, I see a few questions in chat asking about the modes, what all the text up top means. Standard, of course, is the state where you have to rescue Zelda. That's one of two modes, either end or open. Uncle Assured or randomized swords. Uncle Assured will always have the sword at Uncle. Whereas randomized swords, there could be anything there. Any weapon that will let you clear in a standard, or just anything in open mode. One of the many changes in B29.
At his map.
Gonna learn what all is required, what is not required.
The Dark World. I think it's like finds a piece of heart up down the cave by behind the cemetery. I apologize for that. Or trying to say it, but it just wouldn't come out properly.
So one side effect of doing these clips and such, as you can see on JT's screen, sometimes the palette gets all messed up. So we have a dirty Hyrule with a bunch of pink flowers. And he's going to do this very elaborate trick to get into the Pyramid Fairy without actually needing the bomb. Not worth the trouble today, unfortunately. Okay, Hugo Watt's asking, how do you create those clips while you're charging the sword? Well, how it basically works is when you're holding out your sword and you're against the wall, certain diagonal walls, I believe, is if you tap the direction you're trying to move and the boot dash at the same time, it will gradually push you into the wall. So depending on your position, when you release your sword, depending on where you are in the wall, it will push you to a certain location, which is how you utilize that to get up these normally inaccessible little plateaus and such.
And then it also depends for the downward one, it's got to be 9 pixels. And for an up, it's got to be about 8 with that.
Yeah, even knowing all the science behind it, it can be kind of tricky, as you saw Number Play. Did struggle with one of them for a little bit, but that's just the nature of the very complex, very precise jumps and glitches.
His ice rod as well.
We will be needing that at some point.
And his level 2 shield.
Probably won't be needing that, but always nice to have. I'm a fan of the red shield. People give it crap, but I like it. Okay, pedestal apparently 3 bombs. No pedestal hype today. We'll just double verify that unchecks the screen here. Yep. Ooh, number play. Finding the hook shot in the King's Tomb.
Items in the whole Zelda game. Bookshot.
Oh, absolutely.
Samurai checking out Thieves Town.
This is the green pendant, but still good. This is a nice 4 items. And with the hammer, he will be able to get everything in here if he so chooses to full clear it. Yeah, so agate is required. You don't need the flippers for a lot of the overworld, but you will need those to actually complete swamp. So we will be seeing agate at some point. Also worth noting, the bumper cave normally needs the magic cape, but you don't need that in this mode since you can just clip up there.
Am I leaving the dungeon?
Well, I do believe Never Play just found the bow.
Yep, that has the bow in there. Samurai also picks up the bow as well.
Really nice find. Yeah, Meyer's kind of possessed right now. It's just one of the consequences of doing that particular jump. Should be fine when we go back outside, though. We do have Samurai Pawn doing it again. Just a piece of heart.
No, Samurai doing the Meyer shed as well.
I'm not sure Samurai Pawn actually checked the medallion for Meyer, or if I missed that. We'll see. Okay, it is Quake, the one medallion that is eluding our grasp at the moment.
The Quake is needed for Meyer.
No number playing. I don't think that death was intentional. I don't think there was any reason to die there, but those grasshoppers will get you. And again, Squirtle obviously looked at grasshoppers. Yeah.
What the?
Right, question in chat. So what are all the major overworld glitches you can do to break normal sequence? There's probably too many to actually mention, but I'll say the major ones. One would be Meyer. You don't actually need the flute to get to Meyer area. You can get up to Death Mountain without the Power Glove or anything else. You can get down to Eastern Dark or the Western side of Dark World as well. So there's a lot of them.
I've always had problems performing the glitches in Zelda.
They are
That's all.
tricky.
Am I?
This is all perfectly normal, I promise. So, as you see, utilizing the clip to get into Ice Palace
Palace.
without the mitts. No flippers, no mitts, no problem.
I always found Ice Palace to be a pain when I was first starting playing this game. When I was first starting to play Zelda.
Well, I'm gonna tell you, I've been playing this game for a while, and it's still pain. Still pain every time I come here. I don't want to come here. But I gotta do it. Never gets any better.
I guess it has to do with all that backtracking that you have to do and everything.
It's so long, it's just... The floor moves on its own. You slip around. If you don't have boots, it's really hard to navigate some of these areas. And the routing's always really weird. And Jay-Z trying his hardest to get that bomb with the boomerang. Not quite happening today, though.
Yes, it was too far up in the wall. It looked like for it to get.
Still has 4 at least, so that's a respectable number. Okay, Samurai Prawn doing one of the more common glitches you see in Rando, the Ice Palace Bomb Jump. Gets it first try, very nice. That one's actually legal in the normal randomizer mode, so if you're ever going to get into Rando, expect to learn that at some point. Checks dipping into pod. Well, I believe Number Play is about to show something very interesting. Well, Number Play has entered Ganon's tower. He doesn't have any crystals, but he's here. How could this happen? Well, I believe this one requires the hookshot, but you do a spin dash, and then you drop off the side of the cliff. And where you land, you can just walk up and go to GTA.
Yeah.
So it is good to note that you still need the 7 crystals, otherwise you can't kill Ganon. So even though you can get here right now, yes, and no cane will make it so you can't actually get to the chest on the right side. There's the Titan's bits in the cane! This is crazy. Oh my gosh. Cane and Titan's mitts. Well, that's convenient. It's convenient timing for the game.
Right. I get it. And there's the mirror shield too.
So obviously, in Homerando, you will never find the Titan Smiths in Gen's Tower because they're required to actually get into Gen's Tower normally. It's just one of the joys.
Yeah, what cane was that he found?
Red one, the important one.
Am I going down to take?
The 11th Doc asking in chat, so you need to break in against her to do Mystery Mire? Not in this mode. You can actually get to Mystery Mire without the flute or the mitts by utilizing the Overworld skips. So not for Mystery Mire. But you would have to come here to get the cane. Okay, okay, I understand what he's asking now. Yeah, you do have to break in against tower to finish Mire because you need the cane, which is in against tower. I gotcha.
The blue mirror. Looks like he's going to go over and check out the big chest as well. And just finds a heart. In that.
Oh wow. Well, the mirror shield's interesting. So I'm not actually sure if I'm assuming it's the same as normal mode where the mirror shield or an invincibility item is required for a laser bridge. So that could hint.
Samurai taking care of Cold still.
Oh boy. Big key to Gen's Tower, actually in the tower room. So that's fun.
Yeah. Interesting choice for it to be.
Did not check the big chest in Gen's Tower. Maybe he was counting items. Maybe that's not required. I don't know. I'm not gonna question number play. Maybe. I don't know. I've never actually been in that situation where I would have to count items to do too. But I'm not gonna doubt number play. Number play is the expert. Meanwhile, we have Chex fighting Helmosaur King. It's gonna be nice and easy with silver arrows.
Yeah. And Jay-Z picking up his 300 rupees.
Yeah, some of these clips, real fidgety. as you saw on JC's screen, just flipping out and going up the mountain to get over here to the east side of Death Mountain.
And Chuck's picking up the blue pendant from Pod.
Yeah, I mean, you might as well complete that while you're there, just in case there's progression on Helmosaur King. Well, obviously we know the pedestal's not going to be anything, but it's been the case more than once that a pendant dungeon boss has had something required on him.
Going Eastern Palace.
Yep. Eastern Palace, on the other hand, is a crystal, so
Is required. And number play has the frog. Hammer Cave.
oh, JC, giving us the hover. This is not required by any means, but you'll love to see it.
And it's just the bomb upgrade down there in Spike Cave.
Oh, JC. Oh, he making it look easy. Samurai Prawn coming down here. Glitched catfish area. Still much faster than taking a long walk.
And the blacksmiths the smiths only have 20 rupees today.
Unfortunate. You have to pay 10 to actually get that. Ooh.
Let's see.
Bat given the mushroom. That's a weird reversal.
Might give out for that.
Yep. And as you saw JC do, this little mirror clip into Turtle Rock. And mirror clips are weird. You basically mirror and then you move a certain number of pixels, and then when you warp back, you're actually in a position to actually jump down. So you can actually get into Turtle Rock without the medallion or anything else that you would normally need to get in there. Let you check these some of these chests. But with no cane, gonna be a little tough.
The number play has the chest.
Find out what that is here in just a moment. Just a piece of heart.
It's a piece of heart.
Tricks human on Armless Knight, gonna be no problem at all with these silver arrows. One shots all of them. Takes his $100. Easy.
And number play picking up bombs. In the air. Chest. Talk.
So, let's see here. We still need Quake for Mire. We still need Fire Rod. We still need the flippers. We know where the flippers are. And I believe that's it. I don't think the flute's required at all. Yeah, so... Here we have JC coming up here to Aghanim.
Gonna begin that long that long climb up the tower to defeat Aga.
Yeah.
You go 1.
Thankfully has the temperate swords to be pretty easy.
Number play checking out the Sahashala cave.
I believe Lamp was back there, so
Tempered. No, well, yeah. Master Sword was back there too.
and JC actually does not have the lamp yet, so he has to do Aghanim's Tower Dark. Not the worst thing in the world, but it's still pretty annoying. Especially when you don't have Fire Rod to light up the torches.
There's sec those rooms up there's that maze room as well.
Yeah. Wiggum's asking in chat, I assume skipping directly to Aga is not allowed. That's correct. This is Overworld glitches. The inside dungeons, of course, not the Overworld, so those will be
You will
mostly this.
Yeah, that will be a little bit of also, you'll see them go out of bounds a little bit on the Overworld as well.
There is a category that allows that sort of thing, I believe. Major glitches.
And Number Play do it starting his Eastern Palace.
Meanwhile, Samurai Prawn will be finishing it up. GC finding that lamp, thankfully. Not strictly required, but always really nice. Meanwhile, we have Chex Human coming through here on GT. Maybe they will check the... oh, okay. So Powder was also in GT. That's interesting. Be even more interesting if Mushroom is something that's going to be required. Alright, Samurai Prawn using the glitch that you saw... Ooh. Yeah, he's mirroring now. Okay. Alright. Cigar asking, can't you just clip into G-Finish Aga Tower to get to Ganon? You can't kill Ganon without the 7 crystals. I believe the way this works is you get him to his last phase, and you will just be unable to kill him. You won't be able to damage him at all. It's mainly there to just encourage you to actually like play the game out. That's the way this mode just works. Alright, Chick's coming over here to the right side of GT. Gonna get his big key. We'll see if he does tolerate. Looks like he is. So he'll be getting his big key as well. Alright, well, there's no fire rod for this area. I don't know if it's... I don't think it's strictly required. I think you can do a tricky lamp bomb jump to get through here, but it's quite tough.
Samurai beginning his Aga climb.
He does have the lamp, so it should be no problem. Oh no, checks got grabbed. Well, that's annoying. Coming back down this right side.
For those the wall masters. Jizzy making quick work of the Armor's Knights. And he gets his Eastern Palace Crystal.
Actually, asking in chat, wait, how is GT with only one crystal? That's a good question. It's a good question. Just one of the many little tricks you utilize in Overworld glitches. It's possible to do a glitch with the boots and sword spin to make it to where you're actually on top of the map and you just can walk right in. Alright, we're coming up on our Agnum 1 fight. How many blue balls do you think we're gonna see?
I'm guessing about 6, maybe? How much do you say?
I'm gonna say like 3. Normally I like to go crazy with my number of predictions, but I'm gonna try to actually win this today. So I'm going 3.
Jizzy is doing the upper part of Swamp. The Desert Palace, sorry.
Yeah. Samurai Prawn using this Swaganum strats, using the bug net. Along with the item dash glitch. Personal favorite of mine. Oh, man, I guess I get tired of it because I was just swinging a sword. And there's one. There's 2. There's 3. And look at these jerks in chat, Wiggums. 15 blue balls, come on. You really want to wish that in these guys?
That's just being cruel. 15?
Yeah. I think it's possible. I think 16 is the upper limit. I could be very wrong about that, but I seem to remember that being the upper limit. So it's possible, I think. And there's 4. Okay, 4. So Time Shifter 08, congratulations. Alright, well, we did that because at Lumberjack Cave, for those who may not know, we have the flippers. Saw that very early. Normally in this mode, flippers aren't that big of an obstacle. However, Swamp Palace being required does mean we will need
We will need-
flippers. Jay-Z now heading into Gan's Tower.
Am I also checking his Ember Cave?
Ooh, mushroom just ended up being 5 rupees, unfortunately. So all that trouble for nothing. Chex did opt to make the climb while he was here. It's not a bad choice. I mean, this makes a lot of sense. You're here, you can, so you might as well. Even if there's
Right.
nothing up here, you have Gagnum 2 beat for whenever you want to go fight Ganon.
He's that much faster too. And see, number play checking the fish.
Yep, I believe that was just a piece of plant.
Yeah.
So these torch rooms can actually be a little tricky with just the lamp. Ooh, as you see. Unfortunately, I think he got hit by the fire bar one too many times. Oh, this is so annoying. Just gonna opt to reset the room, it looks like.
And while that's going on, Samurai is checking out the Spike Cave.
I missed what was there.
Spike Cave.
Right, there we go. Now this room up here, I guess it's not too bad. Well, now it's kind of bad. You gotta do... Yeah, okay. Apparently the fire just hits from a mile away, so that's cool. There's Quake! Quake is up here!
Quake is in Ganon Tower.
Yeah, it's up here. That's... wow. And that's required to get into Mire. This has been a whacking, crazy GTA.
The only other thing is yet we don't know is what is required to go into Turtle Rock.
Yeah, well, whatever it is, we got it.
Yep. The Trolldom 2 fight.
Nice and easy. One spin, one slash.
And just a piece of heart.
Yep. So, the only thing that's actually required that's eluding our grasp right now is the fire rod.
Where would it, might be... Not sure where that could be yet.
It could be in a lot of places. It could be here in Swamp Palace, which number play is going to be heading into shortly.
And, Chucks is doing his Aga 2 fight.
Holy moly! The double, triple, the dream, checks. Wow. Look at him. He's so happy about that. I'd be happy too. That was really well done. You literally cannot do that fight any better than that. Check's human, more like Check's god, right?
Yes. Yep.
Yep, so Chex could go fight Ganon right now, but they can't actually win the fight. So... Ooh, really, really good routing as well. He's going to, right after Aga 2, go fight Aga 1. Works out really nicely.
Not right.
Alright, well, Swamp Palace is all new territory for us, so... Decent chance Fire Rod's in here? Well, it's really going to be hard to say. Don't find it.
Could be. Balling them that much with it.
Yeah, Fire Rod could also be in Turtle Rock. Could be in Misery Mire. The only place we're absolutely certain it's not is in the back half of Skullwoods.
That would just be logic, I guess. The game logic of not being back there.
Well, you can actually get to the back half of Skullwoods without using the Fire Rod to open the entrance, so... And I don't think there's an Overworld glitch that lets you get in there without it. If there were, we probably would have seen it.
Right.
Alright, JC, Aghanim 1.
And Chex is during his Aga 1 fight as well.
Mm-hmm. Aga 1 probably shaking his boots after seeing what he did to 3 Aghanims. I know I would be.
Looked like Number Plate picked up his blue mail as well from Swamp.
Well, that's always nice to have. You never want to run around in green mail if you can help it. Green mail is really quite nasty. Takes so much damage from so many things.
Let's see what the big chest has. I'm opting to skip the big chest in Swamp Palace.
I don't think they have the key yet. And the big key can definitely be back here, since the only thing it's actually required for is the big chest.
That's where it could be hiding too.
Yeah. There it is, yeah. Just one of those annoying things about Swamp Palaces. You find the big key back here, you gotta walk up here. Hope this staircase doesn't send you right back down. Yeah, there you go. So, and then you go up the staircase again. And now it works for some reason. And it's the flute, okay.
The
Not really.
flute's- So the flute's in swamp.
It is. I don't know if it's actually useful or required. I don't think it's actually required. I don't know if it's actually useful either. But it's there.
Leaves.
There's the other cane. The much less interesting cane.
So the fire rod could be that leaves it down to Meyer.
Well, Argus could drop it still, I believe. Could be in Meyer, could be in Turtle Rock as well. Could be in that big chest GT, we don't know. I don't know if anybody actually checked that.
And there's also the possibility that Salasha probably has it too.
Yeah, that's also possible. He could certainly have it.
Checking out the King's Tomb.
Hook shot, of course, very important item.
Just checking the going down into the lumberjack cave.
Getting the slippers we saw so long ago. We'll probably push checks into going to Swamp House, I would think. Maybe. He just has some other things he can do before that. Oh, Sash was $5 apparently, so. So unfortunately, when JC and Everplay and Samurai Brawn all went to GT, they did not get Quake. So Chex has a pretty big advantage of the knowledge of where that is and just having it in general.
And Chuck's doing his big cave check.
JC opting to do the hammer jump. I mean, if you know how to do it, why not?
And just gets a full heart container for that. Rupees from the smithies.
Yep, Check's about to get his mushroom in a very bizarre scenario.
And Samurai doing his tour as well.
So we're gonna see what Chex does, because we know the places Fire Rod can be are pretty limited right now. It's looking pretty likely it's either gonna be in Mire or Turtle Rock on the Laser Bridge. Mire would be the meanest one, because they'll probably go to Turtle Rock before going back into GT, I would think, but maybe not, who knows. Looks like Number Play is actually looking like they're going to be heading it back up to GT now.
is a chest.
It's just a piece of heart, unfortunately. Glitchy Mire. Oh yeah, suck that in. Mm.
Probably one of the last two possibilities that the fire rod could be in.
And I agree with coming here. I mean, it's required. And there's a good chance you're probably gonna check all this stuff in here anyway, so find the fire rod along the way. Hey, that's a go mode swamp. Alright, Jay-Z finished up Pod, meanwhile never play heading into Ice Palace. Samurai Prawn going to be heading into Swamp, while Chex makes some new ground in Misery Mire. Remember, we're looking for that fire out, so we want to see. Oh, that's item 1 in Mire. Mire only has 2 items in it, so that was one of the 2. It was just a full heart container.
Item 2, no. Not yet.
Not quite yet. Still
Nah.
got some suspense. Jay-Z getting the
Hang on
flippers in the Moonlight Hell. There's their big key. That's good. Now we can check the right side, the big chest there, and we can go fight Vitreous, assuming that's a wash. I mean, we're gonna do that anyway, 'cause it's required, but... I'm making their way through Ice Palace. Oh, and the other item in Meyer is just a piece of art, so it's not here.
It's... That only leaves Turtle Rock left, then.
These Turtle Rock and the big chest in Ganon's tower.
Checked yet. Over in GT.
Yeah, I believe that's it. I'm trying to rack my brain and think of some overall location I missed, but it's gonna be really funny. I'm gonna laugh a lot. I'm gonna warn you now. I'm gonna laugh a lot if it's in the Began Star Big Chest. I will get quite a chuckle out of me.
That would be really trolly if it was there.
And then the Ganon Towers would be like the biggest, most loaded dungeon in this entire run, having like 4 progression items. Yeah, it can be on Laser Bridge. So we'll hope for their sake, because that would be my natural instinct, is to get a Laser Bridge before that.
I wonder what's going through their minds right now with this as well.
It's hard to say, because the Ganon's Tower Big Chest is not something you'd normally check in other random modes, but if this is a mode they play a lot, then I could see them just skipping that intentionally and realizing it's probably there. So it's really hard for me to say.
Victory? Couldn't Victorious drop it as well?
No, we already got both items here. The full heart container and the heart piece. So everything else is just going to be dungeon items, which are useless to us.
Yes.
Chick's gonna go ahead and finish up Desert Palace while they're here as well. No better time to do it. Number play on Cold Stare now. Should be an easy fight with Gold Sword. Yep. It's so tough. Well, JC did come in here in the Swamp Palace without the hookshot, but he has not checked Kingston then. That is unfortunate.
Am I picking up his flute from the big chest in the Swamp Palace?
Okay, Number Play came back into Ice Palace. I assume he must have skipped an item location. Otherwise, there'd be no reason to do this, because no one wants to be here. It's not something he's doing for fun, I guarantee you that.
Yeah. I think it's also the longest dungeon in the game too, Ice Palace.
It's certainly one of them. I believe you're probably correct. That's probably the longest one.
Also longer with all that backtracking you have to do in there as well.
Especially if you die in here. This is the worst dungeon to die in, just because of how long it is.
My youth when I played this.
And Samurai Prime looks like they're going to try and land the Silver Arrow. Gets it. Nice. Nice shot. That will kill Argus in one hit. If you can get it, it's really fast. If you can't get it, it might cost you more time than it saved, but when you're as good a shot as Samurai Prime, you don't have to worry about that. Here we have Chex heading into swamp now as well. Was probably hoping he could go mode it, but it's not going to be the case. Going to check everything. Not even going to find what he's looking for. Get a flute for his trouble. Alright, well, while we're covering some familiar ground, I'll just go ahead and say, if you guys enjoy what you're seeing, make sure to give all of these runners a follow. They're showing you some crazy things you've probably never seen before. Definitely worthy of your love and support, so...
So we have to give a big shout out to the to our trackers as well.
That would be Itademo and Cyclone Geo. Be sure to thank them for all the hard work.
Jay-Z doing the left side of hair.
Yep, I believe he came up here really early, but just couldn't finish it because he didn't have a fire source, so he's opting to do that now. Of course, the big key is down here, so... Samurai Prawn unleashing bees in the witch's hut for stealing their medicine. Samurai Prawn doing the clip there to get up to Hera. Scaling the mountain. Okay, coming back here to check the hookshot cave. Okay, I believe... Now, we did see all this because JC did hover. So... We won't find the fire rod here, unfortunately. Oh my goodness. Okay, well here we are at Laser Bridge. So we're about to find out. Samurai using
See.
excellent clip there to get right there at the entrance of the Laser Bridge. He does have that blue cane. You're gonna have to use that if he wants to, but... Okay, there we go.
Yeah. 20 rupees.
There it is! There it is! It is at Laser Bridge! Wow. Alright, well.
We found the fire rod.
Yep. Was in fact at Laser Bridge, so... I would like to say Samurai Prawn is Ingame, but they're not. They still need the Quake Medallion, and they still need Flippers. But we know where Fire Rod is. We are in no mode now.
Like, didn't Jay-Z come up here earlier on in the run as well, too, for Turtle Rock as well?
They did, but without the King of Samaria. I guess maybe they didn't feel like going to Laser Bridge. They opted to check the middle part instead of the Laser Bridge area.
Come up here earlier in the run, that's why.
Yeah. So now Samurai Prawn are going to be doing this dungeon in reverse.
And that is interesting to see this done in reverse as well. Turtle Rock.
Yeah, it is. It's not something you get to see often, for sure.
Right.
Alright, well, let's see here. We have Chex Human running through Swamp.
X also picked up his red as well.
It seems he missed a chest on his first run through, or maybe he skipped left side. That would seem more likely. I'm not sure what the spread is supposed to be, honestly. I don't know what maybe it's something, but he looks sick. Link just looks sick to me. But anyway,
Right.
now I'm probably going through pod.
Maybe some bad milk.
Maybe. Looks like he ate something he wasn't supposed to in Willy Wonka's factory, is what I'm saying.
Ice Cave now as well.
No, Samurai Prawn did take a death into a rock. Maybe that was intentional. Maybe they found the big key. Okay, it does look like that was intentional. So they get back down here and fight Trinex.
Yeah, it looked like it was intentional to get him to here.
It's very smart routing, making use of good death warps to save yourself a lot of time. I guess you could have mirrored, but he was probably low health and just wanted to refill at that point. Alright, well, Trinex. Trinex not that big of a deal. As long as you've got Tempered Sword. He can be a bit of a nightmare if you have Master Sword, but fortunately Samurai Prawn has enough bottles, potions, weapons, power, whatever you want to call it, to just clean this up.
It looked like. What would his next move be now after completing Turtle Rock for Samurai?
It's tough because he needs that Quake medallion. He's going to come back in here and get these chests that he missed, which is also really smart routing. He decided halfway he just wanted to fight Trinex. That way, when he complete the dungeon, he'd come up here and can just get these ones that he missed. It's really tough, but I think at this point he will go to Hera because it does appear that he has not completed that yet. Probably check hair out and then probably realize there was something in the upstairs of GT that he missed and then get that quake. At least that's what I would expect. Skullwoods is also a very appealing option, so you can complete that.
I mean,
Ooh, finds half magic, so this dip back in here was actually worth it. Somewhat.
half magic is always good to find.
Alright, Samurai Prawn actually is going back in against tower. So this is actually the right move for them. It's really good they came back here. Well, it'll be good if they go upstairs. Let's put it that way. Jay-Z getting their fire rod. Just a quake away from go mode for them.
Picks up the master key. I mean, master key in that. Izzy's starting his try next fight.
Yep. Very clean 3-hit on Trinex. Alright, checks. Finishing up Ice Palace. And I think the only option that Chex has right now is just to go to Turtle Rock. They've cleared out GT. I guess they could go to Thieves Town. That would be bad. But I mean, they
Well,
can
let's
do
see
it.
what he does. Turtle Rock as well.
Yep, and this is good. This is gonna be very good for Chex. Okay, Samurai
the key.
Prawn. Samurai Prawn is going up this tower now. That is going to be really good for them as well, because Quake is up here. And that's 100% required.
That's checking out Hookshot Cave.
Yep, they did not do this. And then now they have Hookshot Semi as well. Probably another strong reason why they came back up here. Looks like they're going to check Spike Cave first.
Using the Hookshot strat on the Spike Cave.
Yep, okay, it does look like they're picking up the health, so they are planning to continue this trip in Death Mountain. Gonna use the spin speed, not spin speed, really. When you use the hookshot, but... Or they're trying to. They're trying to. It does make getting out of here a lot faster. There we go, as you can see. Meanwhile, Samurai Prawn up here at Landmola 2. As Jay-Z checking the right side of GT's basement.
He gets... Well,
Ooh, a nice double kill with the spin. It's pretty slick. Then we're playing meanwhile, finishing off Trinex. Okay, so the big chest in GT was just 300 rupees.
still, money is money, though. I mean, it's probably not as useful now in this late in the game.
No, not as much now, but I mean, it's $300. Gan's not gonna be needed that after we kill him. Might as well take it.
Money.
Okay, Samurai Prawn does get their Quake. This checks is certainly trying to be thorough before they decide to tip back into Turtle Rock. We know it's right there on Laser Bridge, but oh, Samurai Prawn. Oh, Samurai Prawn taking a full Troll-Dorm. I guess it was bound to happen to somebody eventually. Troll-Dorm does like to take his due. Okay, well, Check's human back here on Death Mountain. Probably going to be heading into the rocks shortly. Maybe they just really wanted to activate that flute for, so they could fly to Skull Woods afterwards? Samurai Prawn. Of course, when they got that quick, they entered go mode. A nice little 1 hour 40-minute go mode, or however long it's been. Just bombing Troll Im's chest. And the most useful thing that could have been is just a tunic. So can't blame him.
And we have I got 2 fight up there for Samurai as well.
Yep, just going with my preferred strategy, which is just swing your sword wildly. And it works. That's not bad. Not quite as good as Check's Gods, but still a nice 3 cycle, I believe. 2-2-2.
That one leaves 2
Whoa, whoa,
crystals
whoa.
left for
Whoa, Checks. Did you see that? You went flying. Alright, take 2.
He already does. He's able to pull it off this time.
One thing that Samurai Prawn does have in his favor right now is that he'll be able to go mode Mystery Mire, which can be a debatable advantage just because Mystery Mire, you need the big key. If big key's an easy spot, then it's a really fast dungeon. If it's in a really trolly spot, then it's a really, really long dungeon, no matter what mode you go in there.
Jay-Z doing his Agatu fight now.
Ooh, really nice triple to finish that off.
Right. To hit with Ganon, but yet.
Yep, JC still has 5 crystals to go before Ganon's gonna be killable. Samurai Prawn coming here in Skull Woods now. Should be nice and quick. Doesn't have to check any chests. Mothula, not a big deal when you got Tempered Sword, half magic fire rod.
That should be a pretty quick fight as well.
Meanwhile, Chex is just running through every possibility except to the rock right now. Mothula not cooperating. Sitting on the spikes and say deal with it. Oh wow, Samurai actually getting bullied quite hard. There we go.
And Martha's down. That only leaves
And it's just Misery Mire at this point, and that'll be as quick as he can find the big key. Check still needs a Spire Rod, so I would say Samurai Prawn has taken the lead at this point. Which is unfortunate because for a while there, he had a really, really big advantage over pretty much everybody else.
In checking Quakefish. Get a piece of heart.
Here comes Samurai Prawn. Dipping into this mire, gonna finish it up nice and quick, I would assume.
Little trouble there in Ice Palace.
Yep, that can be a tricky jump, even if you know exactly what you're doing. Or did he hover? Did he hover? I actually wasn't looking.
You do the bomb jump glitch with that as well.
Okay.
Uh,
I'm sad I missed that then. Jay-Z did give us another hover in the Hookshot Cave, which was really nice.
So this picks up 20 rupees on that.
Okay, Chex is back here in Turtle Rock. This is what we want to say.
Yes.
Unfortunately, he's going the wrong way. Not that he can know that. Coming here to check the central chest in that would be the vanilla big key location, I believe.
Is he making quick work of Cold Stir?
Yeah, all you gotta do is have the butter sword. It's such an easy fight.
Yes.
Samurai Prawn. This is just one of the problems with Mystery Mire in Go mode. Sometimes, even if you're in Go mode, it's just gonna make you run around looking for this big key.
Like that one key that you probably missed over in the Water Temple. And if that's a bad analogy.
Probably not. I mean, this is like a really dirty water temple. JC blessing you guys with a little bit of musical stylings. You know, we have Samurai Prawn coming through the last few chests here in Mystery Mire.
Picking up the key in that chest over there in the bottom entrance of Turtle Rock.
Alright, since Number plays... Okay. Tracker just W. He did go quick, so he's just not checking any more chests because he doesn't have to. Coming up here on Aghanim 2. Meanwhile, we have Chex coming down here, gonna get their Fire Rod as Samurai Pawn making their way to Vitreous.
And Chuck's getting the fire rod.
Finally 2 hours in go mode.
Yes.
Jay-Z making very quick work of Mafia. I'm just gonna be knocking these dungeons out one by one.
Having the butter sword makes everything a lot easier.
It does, it absolutely does. I mean, they have everything they could want at this point. Alright, that is Samurai Prawn's last crystal.
Is
Yep, all he has to do now, fall in that hole and fight Ganon.
the big guy himself.
Yep. Saving and quitting, that'll put you right there in that pyramid. Fastest way to get there. Bloop. Yeah, Samurai Prawn probably will not have much difficulty with Ganon. Just making absolutely sure he gets through the second phase here. Not stopping the slash. Oh, 3 hearts. He has to be careful now, though. We'll just go ahead and drink that potion. Don't blame him.
It as well.
There's one silver arrow. Ooh. Tries for the devil, but that's just 2. Three. And that's the final one. Samurai Prawn blowing up Ganon with explosive silver arrows. Bit of a windy, grindy seed, but Samurai Prawn coming out from the situation they look behind him, and they are your first place finisher with time of 2 hours, 4 minutes, and 16 seconds. So GG to them.
GG's in.
And Chex finished up Mothula, so they're going to Ganon soon.
Dex will be next to go to Ganon.
Yep, just a nice save and quit, drop in the hole. Wish it were that easy in normal seeds, but
This was an interesting seed in how everything planned out.
it was a very exciting GT for sure. I think that would be the highlight of the entire thing. Aside from all the amazing glitches, of course. Alright, checks on phase 3 now. Alright, we got Samurai Prawn in the waiting room. I'll go ahead and bring him in. Hello, Samurai Prawn. GG. Congrats on your first place finish. Might be having some mic issues. Might be AFK.
Hello.
Oh, hello. GG. Congrats in first place.
Yeah, it was a little unexpected for how long it went.
It was a bit of a long one. What were your thoughts on that seed?
Well, honestly, there was nothing that really jumped out at me as being all that strange, other than flippers in the lumber cave. That was the one big thing that was a thing about this seed, is that Aga 1 was actually required.
Yeah, it's kind of weird because normally in this mode you don't need flippers for a lot of the overworld glitches, but it ended up being required because of Swamp Palace. In the meantime, Chex Human finished in second place with a time of 2 hours, 6 minutes, and 43 seconds. So right
that was
behind
pretty
the
close.
Samurai Prawn. Yeah, and it looked for a long time like Chex had a big advantage because they did get that Quake before anybody else, but what ended up stalling them was the hunt for the Fire Rod. They did not go to Turtle Rock right away to get that. But you did, and ended up giving you the edge in the race.
Yeah, there weren't that many places left to check, really.
Yeah, at that point, Chex did have a lot of overworld like one-off spots that they didn't check, which ended up slowing them down. But I think for you, you were at that point where Turtle Rock seemed like the pretty obvious play. What did you think about that GT anyway?
The GT, it's a little annoying finding the big key in Tile Room, of all places.
Yeah.
But I was going full clear anyway, because I was still looking for the Quake, so it didn't really matter that much.
Yeah, that ended up being a really annoying spot for that.
I just really didn't want to do lamp right side GT. Like, I can do it, but that's just one of those things. You don't really want to do it if you don't have to.
Yeah, that's a really difficult, I believe it's a bomb jump to light that final torch. It's not something you ever want to do.
It's a bomb jump at the start, actually. You have to purposely enter from the north, so you have to go up there and kill all the enemies, and then come out, and then bomb jump to the bottom torch first, and then death in the pit to get back to the top and light the rest of the torches.
Oh, I see.
Otherwise, you can't even make it.
Let's see.
And we have Jay-Z right now also fighting Ganon as well.
It looks like he just finished.
Yes.
It's putting
So,
the
yeah.
final arrow in the pig. Go ahead.
Once I found that fire rod, I was definitely very happy, because it just meant I could not have to come back to Turtle Rock, and then also like I was just gonna straight go to Ganon's Tower, and I didn't care at that point. I had plenty of blue potions. I was I just had to go through everything as without making any major mistakes, and glad I pulled it off.
Alright, Jay-Z did finish in third. 2 hours, 9 minutes, 9 seconds. And we have Number Play just finishing up the last few dungeons.
There were definitely a couple times where I kind of brain farted and just didn't think about something. Like I skipped Super Bunny Cave the first time I was on Dark East Death Mountain. It just didn't go in my head. And then I should have probably fluted to get to Skull at the end, and I just kind of forgot I had the flute.
Yeah, it does happen in these long seeds. Hello, Checksuman GG. Congrats on your second place finish.
Hello, thank you.
So what were your thoughts on the seed checks with this?
I thought it was pretty fun. I'm just happy there's nothing in Thieves Town, because that would be really bad for me. It was my gamble not to go there.
And there's JC. Hello, GG. Congrats on third.
Hi. So that was quite a seed.
It was a seed. It was a seed that happened. What were your thoughts on it?
Well, can't believe I forgot King's Team for so long. And then I knew the item I was gonna need couldn't be an Ice Palace or Mire for the longest time. And I already feel clear, or at least got the items out of Skull. It's like, okay, making sure I don't go places that Kane and Mid's unlocked for the longest time. Then kind of forgot about my other access to King's Tomb.
Yeah, unfortunate that you ended up dipping into Swamp Palace without that the first time, but
Oh well, I hovered everywhere. It's fine.
yeah, you did. That was actually really cool. I like that. I appreciate your showmanship with that.
Hovering ability.
But yeah, I think the only dungeons I didn't get any items out of was Ice and Mire.
I believe you're right. Maya just had the heart container and the heart piece.
Yeah, good stuff.
Yeah, so checks, you at the right there at the end, we thought you had the advantage for quite a while because you ended up being the first person to get Quake, and we thought that would give you a big edge since you were playing dungeons. You had a few on everybody else, and then Fire Rod ended up being in Turtle Rock. What was your thought process between looking for the Fire Rod and actually finding it? What was your strategy trying to find that?
I wanted to balance Overworld and dungeons a little bit better. I was hoping, I don't know. I was sort of wondering if it would be in the Overworld. Just thinking about the slight, more frequency, the slightly higher frequency there is for items in the Overworld in this version. But, yeah, but it was Turtle Rock. So I don't know. I went to Swamp and Ice, and I didn't really even want to do those so much because I had the fetch quests and catfish to do and all that. But yeah, it took a few dungeons before I went to the right one.
Well, that's just random for you, right?
Yeah.
Never play did drop into Ganon, so we'll be getting him in here shortly. I'm assuming they're just gonna kick in, but because it's never play. No, it's never play, of course.
I do have to say, one of the nice things about Turtle Rock and Overworld Glitched is that even if you go in and are checking for items and you can't finish it yet, it's not really that long to get to the boss when you're playing in these modes. You can just go straight to the bottom entrance and be right there. So it's pretty nice to just check it, and even if you don't find anything, it's not like you really waste time getting to the boss.
Yeah, that's one of the really cool things about this mode, aside from all the really cool things that you guys showed us throughout the entire race.
Including a scroll lock for me at the beginning.
Yeah, that was unfortunate. We felt really bad for you.
At the beginning?
Yeah, I almost thought I was going to go all the way back to Escape. Then I remembered I death warped in Hera pretty early. Oh, I messed up the clip going from Ice Rod Cade up to Eastern.
Oh no.
Oh, that one really?
Yeah, apparently I wasn't far enough left or something. Not sure what happened there. Because it looked really good up until it scroll locked on me.
Until things went horribly wrong. It looked really good. In the meantime, Number Play did finish in fourth. 2 hours, 50 minutes, and 19 seconds. See if we can get them in here, and you guys can chat about what your experience is. Well, there they are. Hi, Number Play, GG.
Hi.
GG Number Play.
GG.
Right. You got
Yeah.
any thoughts on that one?
This felt like an old dungeon seed.
Yeah.
And obviously none of them were required.
Yeah, that wasn't pretty unfortunate. Well, you kept close to all the so-called para players Number Play. You should play more.
Oh yeah, I'm getting good at the overworld glitches, but yeah, I just made all the wrong calls.
Yeah, that's what it comes down to. And then especially with these glitched modes, you just have so many more plays you can do with a given set of items. So rather than being stuck between like 3 choices, you're stuck between 10.
And it sucks. I entered Ganon's Tower the first time without any fire source. If I had, I would have had that quake way earlier.
Yeah.
And that quick wasn't quite the trolley spot. I guess it wasn't really trolley, but
Wasn't too bad.
yeah, not many people actually went up there. It was only checks.
I mean, I didn't even think about just doing... I didn't feel like doing Tower Room the first time I was in there.
Yeah, unfortunately,
Oh,
that did have
I
a big
did. I really wanted that fire source.
Well, didn't it have to just have a heart or something?
What,
It
Tower Room?
was the big key.
Oh, that was the big. Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Yep.
I
yeah,
saw it and I
was-
almost like wanted to not continue on right side,
It's hilarious.
but I still needed quick, so I just kept going anyway.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, I prioritized Gainus Terror over Quakes or over Ice Palace. Like, well, if I go ahead and do GT, it's gonna put me right next to Ice Palace anyways. Let's do it this way.
Yeah.
And obviously there was something required in Lumberjack.
Yep. I put that off for a little bit. It's like, well, I know I need it, but I don't need it yet.
I'd say everyone finishing within just about 10 minutes is really nice, considering how different everyone's routing could be a lot of times in these races.
And it looked a lot closer getting down there too, to the end. A little bit.
I ended up doing all the dungeons, and you did skip all the pendants. For only 10 minutes, that's insane.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So that was fun.
It was a really interesting race to watch. I was very entertained, to say the least. Oh, I have one question
So-
for you, Never Play. What was actually the uncle saying at the beginning?
It
Do you
was
remember?
what? I know it was something I understood, but I forgot exactly what it said. Something
Question.
like there's a mistake in the translation.
We'll find out another day, I'm sure. Yoku, did you have any questions you want to ask these guys?
all the base questions asked already. So great job to all 4 of you on that.
Yeah, thank you for giving us a very interesting race.
Yeah,
do you guys have any
Also
final thoughts?
try Overworld glitches. It's really fun.
Yeah, number play really shows like it's been showing well for just learning the mode recently. Like it's not that difficult to get into it and learn these glitches, and they're very, very fun with how much stuff they open up. So definitely, if any of the viewers out there enjoyed this kind of thing, number play only just started recently. Has only run a couple of races and is already doing really well.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
Stay pretty close
even
to
with
us.
Right? Even with the tournament last year, with the big randomizer tournament, that got me into at least testing the waters with randomizer as well.
Yeah, definitely. If you guys enjoyed the race, be sure to give all 4 of these guys a follow. All very skilled runners, very heavily involved in the community. So, and of
Also-
course, thank you to our tracker, It's Demo, and Cyclone GU. You guys, your work is much appreciated. And last but not least, thank you, Yoko, for co-commentating with me. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, this was my first time as well. This was my first time actually commentating on this as being a spectator for the longest time.
Yep, I'm sure you did. I'm sure you did fine. So,
Thank you.
thanks. I know you're freaking out a little bit over this mode and not knowing much about it, but it's not as scary as it sounds.
Ah. A lot too from watching this as well too.
Yeah, I feel like it went pretty well. Maybe people have different opinions, but I'm happy with it. But I think that will do it for us tonight. So thank you all for watching.
See you guys.
See ya.
Yep.
Have a good night, everybody.
Take care.